Welcome to Just Minding My Business Radio, where we are moving at the speed of God, learning what we didn't know we didn't know. I'm your host, Ida Crawford.
And I'm your co-host, Ruth Haskins.
So grab a pen and paper and get ready for information that you can use. Welcome to Just Minding My Business. This is Ida Crawford, your host.
And this is Ruth Haskins, your co-host.
Coming to the mic today is Tatiana Cooper, who is a Chicago native and the founder of Saving Adolescent Girls Everywhere, Incorporated. SAGE. SAGE is a nonprofit organization focused on mentoring adolescent girls who are in underserved communities by providing resources and programs that give social awareness on issues such as teenage pregnancy, domestic violence, human trafficking, and body image, as well as having educational involvement and preparing them for professional career development. Well, welcome, Tatiana, to the show. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to join us.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Okay, one of the things I always like to start off with is how did you arrive to where you are now?
Okay, so a little bit about me. I'm currently in Laurel, Maryland, but SAGE is located in Baltimore. I have a degree in engineering, so I was working as an engineer. I was with someone at the time that was running a nonprofit, and I was able to go into the school system and see that there was a lot of issues that I was kind of ignorant to, seeing things that were like going on, and I didn't know anything was really going on. Like I was just kind of not aware of the issues that, the school system was dealing with. So, with me working 50 to 60 hours a week, I wasn't having the time to get into the school system the way I wanted to. And that kind of caused me just to kind of take that leap of faith and really just start the organization, because I felt like there were so many girls that looked like me but weren't fortunate enough to get the guidance and the opportunities that I had. So I just kind of took my leap of faith at that point, and I quit my job and just kind of started, my nonprofit, which is now SAGE. So.
Okay. So can you get into details, a little bit of details about what SAGE is all about?
Yeah, sure. So SAGE is, pretty much a girl mentoring program along with other programs that we have going on in the inner city. So, we have advocacy on domestic violence, we work events, we do community service, and, we also have the mentoring program, which consists of a group of girls. So right now I currently have about 15 girls, young ladies at a high school level. And we meet weekly to talk about different social awareness issues such as domestic violence, teen pregnancy, body image, different things like that. Even mental health. We actually just had our mental health and suicide prevention program. So that's kind of a little bit about SAGE. The girls, they have study hall every week to work on that educational involvement. They work events on the weekends. And then we also have programs every Thursday for them to kind of go over the social awareness aspect of the program.
Okay. That sounds awesome, because we can't get enough support for our young girls. And I'm a softie when it comes to kids anyway, because I believe that they are our future. And
right.
It is our responsibility as adults to give them an opportunity to be the best that they can be. So
exactly.
And I believe that no matter what you're doing, your focus should have kids in mind somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So when these ladies come into your program, where are their mindsets in space and time?
So I'm with my first group right now. I actually meet with the same group of girls, and I will meet with them for the next 3 years. So it's a 4-year program. And the girls right now, they're in the beginning, it was kind of, just kind of icebreaker mode, getting to really get comfortable with opening up. They weren't really there. But since they're in an environment where they're together all the time, they're very vocal now. So now, their mindset is when they come to programs, they're ready to talk. They're ready to learn about kind of just what women and young girls are facing in the world and just different issues that we have to deal with. So they're very receptive, and they always look forward to programming. So they're very open to that.
Mm-hmm. What is their major focus when they come to you? I mean, in this group of 15, what would you say is the dominant concern or focus of these young girls?
The dominant concern, I would say, is relationships. That's a big one for them. That's kind of something that we'll even have like impromptu or just informal sessions on. They're like, hey, can we have like a girl talk, a circle talk about relationships? So if one of the girls is going through an issue, whether it's domestic violence or whether it's some type of, some form of abuse or mental health, they really are very strongly focused on relationships at that age, because it's a lot of like boyfriends and dating and being cheated on happening around this time. So that's kind of their main focus when they're going into the program, kind of just how to protect themselves from being hurt.
Okay. So when you have these young girls in program, I'm sure that there are some who have more issues than others. Mm-hmm. Is there an adjunct program that you refer them to in case they need deeper counseling, perhaps?
So since I am in the school system, we definitely have resources at the school. But other than that, we really focus strongly on our partnerships. So if there is an organization, whether it's, a domestic violence center or, a House of Ruth or something that we're aware of that offers those services, we kind of are just geared toward partnering with those, sister companies and getting our girls in that direction if something were to escalate to the point where, they would seek that type of help. So we do focus on those partnerships and seeking that attention, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So, in looking at your website, the 2-year program, what are some of the steps?
So we're actually a 4-year program. It just states the first 2 years, and then the rest are kind of to be determined since this is the first group. We will be 4 years, but based off of the needs of the first 2 years, that will kind of develop our curriculum going into their 3rd and 4th year. So, we feel like we strongly cover social awareness, and we strongly cover trades and majors and college stuff. We'll kind of gear them into just kind of preparing them for their transition into college. Really just based off of what my girls receive. I kind of am developing that curriculum based on their needs specifically, right? So you can't kind of target every group of girls with the same curriculum. So I'm giving the first 2 years to kind of just allow for me to create something that I know is going to benefit them strongly. So when they take that next step in their life, they're kind of just ready to be there and have like all the resources that they need.
Okay.
Oh, you may have mentioned this already. I may have missed it. But what is the age range with the girls that you're working with?
I have 14 to 17 right now, and possibly 18 because I do have a 17-year-old that's going to turn 18 her senior year. So, yes.
Okay.
14 to 18.
Okay. Now, the other question that I have you had, as of yet, any girls that have graduated from your program?
No. So, this is actually our first year with the program, but we have, like, a great group of girls. We do have one that is a junior. We're expecting to see great things from her next year as far as graduation, and we're going to continue to, like, enroll annually. So based off of our first year and our performance, we've done, we've had over 26 programs in the past 5 months. We've volunteered at 16 different events. So we're definitely getting the support that we need behind us to keep this kind of going and, make sure we see our girls throughout their entire high school career. So.
Absolutely, yes, because, when it comes to supporting kids, there's so much support out there. Oh, my God, it's just amazing how many organizations are ready to support when it comes to our young people. So that's an awesome thing. So,
and it's awesome because our girls actually, they want to do more for the adults and, like, the people that are, that are of age that people kind of just don't focus on because there's so much funding that goes into the youth. So we hope to also leverage our platform by using our youth to be able to help, whether it's the homeless or people that are going through sex trafficking that are women, and just kind of spread that advocacy of, like, giving back to people who are also older than they are because, there's a need everywhere, but the children actually get all of the attention. And so hopefully this attention that they're getting, they can leverage to say, like, there's the importance of helping our parents or the people that are above us, as well. So we are focusing on that. We're actually focusing on doing like a donate a plate program that we have with a chef called by the name of Chef Dash in Baltimore. So we're kind of really trying to bring that back so our girls can kind of get out there, encourage people to donate a plate to the homeless people, and just kind of spread that awareness that there's other people in need, not just only, the youth.
Mm-hmm.
That is an excellent perspective. Very fine. Very fine. And that's an encouragement for them to do something which is kind of outside of the spectrum of most young people today. Most young people are very self-centered. That's the way that society has framed them. So for you to give them the opportunity to get outside of themselves and learn about service to others, that is powerful because that will serve them in their future.
Yeah, and they also suggest that. They also do suggest that. They make the recommendations. They're the ones that are like, we want to feed the homeless. We want to do something for the adults. So it's kind of like what I throw out there, and then based off of what they say, it's like they really want to give back to everyone in the community. They rarely actually talk about, like, kids younger than them. Like, they would like to do a big sister, little sister. But other than that, it's mainly like, how are we going to help the adults? What about the people on the streets? Things like that. So
excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Very fine.
That's awesome. Yes, because being of service is powerful. And, in my opinion, that's what we're here for.
Right.
To make sure we look out for each other. So I definitely commend you with what you're doing. So if girls want to be involved with your program, how does that work?
So right now I'm actually just at this school and I'm actually working on expansion. So we're doing some, fundraising, different grants to kind of just be able to hire right now. I am open to going to other schools to put on, a SAGE program once a week as long as it doesn't interfere with, like, the core group that I have going on now. And eventually just kind of making this full-time where I'm just in the schools, out here with the girls, even if it's a rec center or, a Boys and Girls Club, a YMCA, things like that. Like, we actually have a huge event coming up, and we're gathering girls from the YMCA and the Boys and Girls Club and also Roberta's house to kind of come get care packages for hygiene and for young mothers. So we do have that coming up March 23rd for Women's History Month. And really just being able to get the girls and have them come to, like, the outside events that we have going on and just bringing them in until we can get further programming assistance.
Okay. Now, what I'd like to ask, are parents involved?
Yes. So we do have the parents. The parents, I've actually spoken one-on-one with all of the parents for our event in March 23rd. This is actually our first huge fundraiser, so all of the parents actually have agreed to come. So that's just exciting to kind of, get that face out there, to be there with their girls to show, that they care about and support the groups and the different types of involvement that their daughters are in. So I actually am looking forward to seeing all the parents at the event. They've all actually confirmed that they will be there.
Okay, that's good because that's one of the things, in my career along the way and working with other women that do similar to what you did. Sometimes it can be challenging to get the parents on board, especially in underserved areas.
Yeah, definitely. Right, because you know what issues the parents may have, like, going on where it kind of hinders them from being able to be involved. But we actually have a pretty good group of, like, active parents that want to be there. The girls have had photo shoots. The parents have been there. Different events it's been here and there, like a sporadic amount of the parents. But from March, it'll be, like, all of them there. So that's exciting.
That's excellent.
That's excellent.
I see some.
Go ahead, Ruth.
Go ahead, Ida. Oh, I just wanted to ask. I'm seeing on your website you mentioned the GAGE program. Could you talk to us about that, what that is, and how people can become involved in it?
Okay, so GAGE is the program that I came up with. It's called Give a Girl Essentials. That's what GAGE stands for, and it's just kind of continuously give back to girls in the community. I came up with 3 different care package names, which are GERBY, which is for girls with babies, Tidy is hygiene, and Classy is for classroom supplies. So pretty much each care package is a $25 donation, and our event in March is kind of really to just kick that off. So we'll be giving away 100 GAGE care packages to women and girls in Baltimore City. And with that, we're hoping to kick that off, spread the word, and just like monthly, have a monthly, school drop-off, or if we could drop off at a school like Reginald Lewis or something like that, we can do 25 packages a month, or if people refer young girls, we can go back and give them things. But that's pretty much what GAGE consists of, just giving everybody a chance in the community to benefit from supplies, some free supplies that are going to help them, whether it's temporarily or long-term. So.
Okay. All right.
So, how do people get in contact with you to either introduce their girls or to donate?
Our website is big with donation. Our website is the best platform for donation. Also, our social media. We're very active on social media. You can find us at sage.inc, so at Sage Inc. on Instagram. We have like a ton of following on Instagram and our Facebook. We're also on Facebook at Sage Baltimore. We're working on our Twitter, and we're also working on an upcoming YouTube channel because the girls, we have like media releases for them, so they'll be doing some filming, and that's also another project that they want to work on is just being on YouTube and having videos to inform people kind of what they're learning at Sage,
Now, I want to go back to the parents again. So, in your program, you are obviously teaching these girls a certain mindset. Sometimes, in my experience, when you're dealing with changing the minds of young people, their surroundings when they leave you has to promote the behavior that you're promoting.
Right.
Okay, so do you find sometimes that can be challenging?
Yes, definitely. Especially with, some of the girls having issues with parents not getting along or things going on outside of, our kind of safe space at Sage that they have to deal with when they go home and return to school. And just even in that, like seeing certain issues like that, it will rub off and allow them to think that they deserve those type of things. So I always try to kind of just instill, like, when you leave here, carry this with you. And even if there is issues with your parents, maybe that's something you can talk them through by learning here because they may not have been able to learn those type of things. But it is challenging, especially when they're deeply involved in something that's not healthy, So still kind of just trying to work on how to figure that out to make sure that the girls really can get out of those type of situations if it presents themselves, but also having a strong network where they're all kind of bonded so they have each other to talk to. Now it's not just, your parents might not be in your ear because they've went through it and, they're still okay with going through it. But you have a whole group of girls that are in your ear, not just one person is telling you this isn't good, this isn't healthy, we care about you. And they just kind of reinforce those, to avoid those type of situations that are going to put them in harm.
Because being a young person, 14 years old, you're still kind of feeling your way.
Right.
Through life.
Yeah, and I have girls like that. I mean, I have girls that, when it comes to boys, it's just their weakness, or when it comes to certain situations, they don't know how to say no. And, I mean, we take it a day at a time. We try to work with them through different things. They always know that they can talk to me or anyone else that's a Sage mentor. So that's good because I do have mentors within the program that mentor my girls. So they kind of go to them if I'm working with all of them, like they have that one-on-one attention from someone else that's around the same age as I am.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you have a really heartfelt organization, because I believe that people that devote their energy and their time to support others, it's an anointing to me.
Right. Definitely. I definitely feel that way. It's way more rewarding than, my engineering career. It's not even, this is something where it's like, wow, like, I don't even have to worry about the dollar amount, because it just feels so good that there's never a day that I wake up and I'm never hesitant about getting to work. I'm always just like ready to see them, ready to make sure they're okay, and to get, more and more information into these girls. So.
Yes. It's exciting to know that you're making a difference. It really is. When you can wake up and say that you're making a difference in somebody else's life, that's a huge endeavor.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I just absolutely love it. I would never kind of look back. I don't have any second thoughts, even based off of things that I've been through. It's just it's so needed, and you can feel, how when you feel like a miracle happened, or when you feel those chills, you just feel like when your girls go through something, or when they get through something, you're like, wow, this is working. It feels like some type of healing, or that you've gotten through to them. And I've had a lot of instances like that where whether they're not cursing as much as they usually do, or whether a girl is always fighting and they're saying, everyone's coming up to me like, yeah, she said she couldn't fight because she's in Sage. Those type of moments are the things that I'm like, wow, this really means something, and it's really doing something,
I do. Okay, I see you have some events coming up in March.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so that's the Gage Care Package giveaway. We'll have that in downtown Baltimore. We will be having 100 girls come out, and we are having the Sage girls pretty much just give care packages back to the community. So we're currently fundraising right now. Right now we're at about 80 care packages, so we're 20 away from actually meeting our goal. So people can actually go online and donate, so we can continue to try to strive and meet our goal. We're 3 weeks away from the event, so that. And then we also do have I'm not sure if you know, but Officer Tommy Norman. He will be coming in from Arkansas. So he's a celebrity police officer, and he will be here to support the girls and be a guest speaker. And we have a world champion boxer by the name of Franchon Cruz that won her title recently as a world champion, and she will be there to speak as well. And food and all those, music, good type of things for the girls to just enjoy themselves on the 23rd.
Okay. That sounds really nice. Okay.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And this is going to be in Baltimore.
Yes. Yeah. And it'll be at Sparks, Baltimore, so it's downtown.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so if there's any parents that's currently listening, how do parents get their girls involved in your program? What is the application process? What is that like?
So they would have to personally, contact the admin at sagegirls.com email about their inquiry, and, we can kind of just inform them. We actually have hold of our applications, so if it's something that, we feel that we're able to tend to and do, we will send out the application for the next enrollment. If it's something that we're probably not in their area, but we plan on being in, because we do plan on expanding, we'll invite them to events and different things like that. And always just kind of have them follow the social media platform so they can kind of get the same information that the girls are getting without having to physically be there, If location's an issue,
Oh, okay. Now, I know that you talk about issues like the teen pregnancy, things like that. Now, human trafficking, as we well know, is a huge, huge issue in the United States. I'm hearing that Colombia is one of the largest areas for human trafficking. So, how do you speak with your girls about that?
So our sex trafficking program, that was actually one of our best programs. And it was very, very interactive. So with them, I pretty much facilitated like a sex trafficking Jeopardy game, pretty much where they were able to pick from different topics and just kind of compete against each other. I had them take notes. So first I gave them facts. I gave them the statistics, because sometimes you'll get the statistics, but they get bored with it, right? So if you have an incentive like, well, we're going to play a game after, so whoever takes the best notes and things like that, you know, is going to help you for the game. So we did a sex trafficking Jeopardy, and we also did like skits. So I would give each of them like two things, whether it's like manipulation and making, you know, the person feel like they need you. Each group got those two different things, and it was just, wow, I was just floored when I seen how they were able to act it out. Like, they were so aware, and they were very, like, they just knew what's going, you know? Like, I was actually really surprised that at that age how they could act that out so well. They acted as, you know, the trafficker, the victim, the family that's been affected by it. Just kind of how they do that role play, and even the facts, to this day, there's things that they remember that they bring up, because when trying to compete in that game, it stuck with them, you know?
Okay, yeah, because you got some really serious issues that you cover that is definitely
they're definitely deep,
these days at times. And a lot of people, in terms of the human trafficking thing, it's, you know, you don't hear people in circles really talking about it, but it's a huge issue. It really is.
It's huge. It's huge, and I definitely, you know, there are a lot of facilities that have. I have a friend that actually works at a facility. I think it's called, like, Fair Girls in D.C. You know, and I've also asked, you know, can my girls volunteer, meet with some of these girls that, and they're, you know, that have been through these types of things, and they're just like, yeah, we're all for it, because they need company, you know. So just having them kind of see and hear what people have been through, that I'm sure that'll really do something for them, and just having the knowledge to just inform other people about what's really going on. That was an emotional program for us, and so was mental health. Mental health is really one that got us, like, emotionally.
What was going on with the mental health program?
We had partnered with an organization called the Pinckney Promise Foundation, and they came in, and pretty much when we did our circle discussion, I mean, she had them, you know, act out positive mental health, negative mental health, and when we did our circle talk, you know, I think she kind of posed the question, like, have you ever dealt with something that you felt like people just kind of swept under the rug, and you didn't know how to kind of deal with that mentally? You felt like something was wrong with you, and it was ignored, and just from kind of that conversation, it was just an entire breakdown amongst the circle of girls crying, saying what they've gone through, and just really being there for each other, like, during that time, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was a very powerful one, yeah.
So this program, you're in the school system. This is in conjunction with their regular program for education?
So this is an after-school program. I am in conjunction as far as their study hall, because they do that during lunch. So they do meet with me twice a week to do study hall. As far as after school, they have the social awareness program every Thursday after school. And then on weekends, I have them for different events.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's an intriguing concept that could be used in many, many areas. I'll put it that way. There are many areas that need this type of work with young girls who we don't want to see them grow up and stumble over themselves because they've never dealt with any of these issues. So many adult women now, they were adults before they started even acknowledging that they had issues, be it domestic abuse, incest, you know, all those issues.
And incest is
really kind of a
relevant.
groundbreaking program. It's groundbreaking because you're taking them at a young age and getting them to open up and see these issues and begin dealing with them so that they don't come back and slap them in the face when they're 30 or 40 years old.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I'm looking forward to definitely following what you do and possibly being able to, provide what I do, align what I do with what you do. So it's definitely something that I'm passionate about in terms of kids. I work with other organizations that do similar with what you do, but they use the arts.
Nice, yeah. There's a lot of programs like that out here that use the arts to do those type of things, and it's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I really do like that.
Yes, it really is. So before we wrap up, can you give our audience your information again?
Sure. Yes. So my name is Tatiana Cooper. You can find us at sage.inc. Sage, so SAGE.inc on Instagram. On Facebook, you can find us at Sage Baltimore. And if you're interested in contacting us, you can email us at admin@sagegirls.com. So admin@sagegirls.com. And the final thing is our website. You can also find our website at www.sagegirls.com.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to go through and make sure I didn't miss anything to ask you. There's so much going on.
Take your time.
Okay, so you have volunteer opportunities as well?
Yes, so something like the March event is something that people can volunteer for until we, reach that capacity. We actually are all filled for volunteers for that event. But just staying tuned and following us because we always will post our opportunities for those type of things.
Okay, so I see there are create financial literacy programs.
So that will be next year for the girls.
STEM program. Okay. I actually work with the Maryland Roundtable for Education, and what I do with them is I travel to the various high schools in the Maryland area talking about the STEM program.
Nice, yeah. I mean, I'm big with STEM, just being a female engineer, that kind of is dear to me. So I definitely want them to also experience those opportunities,
Oh, yeah. And the thing of it is, I think having that exposure to different things helps you to find what makes you flow.
Yeah.
So I think that's very, very important. But I'm looking at everything that you're offering, and I'm definitely going to be aligning with your organization because we have, in my organization, we have many of the things that you're already doing, especially the financial literacy. We have somebody in the organization that's definitely passionate about that. And, yeah, we're definitely going to be, I'm so glad we talked. I'm so glad we met. And I'm so glad you said yes to this.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
No, definitely. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, Ruth, is there anything else you want to talk to Tatiana about?
No, I think that, she's covered a great deal, and I really appreciate you coming on this evening. It's just a pleasure to hear someone who has really put some definite forethought into what can be done in an effective way to work with young women. It's the promise of a group of young women that will come on board into life prepared.
Right.
And not, I hate to put it this way, all bubble gum and glitter. They'll be prepared. And that's awesome. That's powerful to think that there's someone who is doing that with young women, and that these are going to be some powerful young women.
Oh yeah. And what I like is, unlike when I was growing up, there was nothing like what's going on now.
Right.
So to me, the opportunities for young people to excel is extremely high.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that they have the resources to excel. They just abuse those resources because they don't have the guidance on how to properly utilize those tools. Instead, they abuse like social media and, want to cyberbully or that's another program we have about cyberbullying because one of our girls recently went through that. And it's not fun, when they're posting negative things, and it's just like, well, you could really use your platform to change the world or, to help people instead of tearing them down, or posting things that don't make you look as intelligent as you really are. So they don't really go out to like use those resources to learn. They're abusing them right now. And so that's another thing that we're trying to just kind of train their minds to, really leverage from everything that's being offered to them, because they can go far if they just know how to properly like use the tools that they have. So.
And then the other piece to that is a lot of times, I always believe that bad behavior stems from pain within. So
definitely, yeah.
So if somebody is being abusive or negative to someone else, at that point, what is going on with them, really, that they feel the need to be able to do that, to have that type of behavior?
Yeah. And it makes you question what's going on with them. I mean, we're at the age right now where kids fight and everyone records it, and the fights are everywhere. Just so much negativity, no privacy, people hurting one another because, like you're saying, it's that pain within themselves and what's going on with them. And it's really important to address those type of things. I don't want to have a group of girls going into the world thinking that like that's okay. Hopefully we can get them away from those type of things, because it's unnecessary, and it stems, like they definitely probably need the counseling piece, the social work piece to kind of just get to the root of it all, to figure out what's wrong with them. So.
Yes, and that's important because a lot of times that's where it comes from. And
exactly.
then as far as the bullying, if it's not addressed early, then you become a bully in the office.
Right.
And there's plenty of those. Trust.
And a lot of it's attention. A lot of it is that they seek attention. They're not getting the attention at home, and they do things and act out for attention so that you can notice them and, give them either a bad job or a good job, So.
Yes. Well, Tatiana, I am so glad you said yes to this. This is so important for our listening audience to know that there's organizations out there that really, really care about their child.
Yes, definitely.
So we truly appreciate you stopping by. And one more time, can you just give out your information?
Sure. My name's Tatiana Cooper, and you can find us at sage.inc on Instagram. On Facebook, we're at Sage Baltimore. And our email is admin@sagegirls.com, and our website is www.sagegirls.com.
All right. Well, we thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, and looking forward to how we can align to help serve your ladies.
Awesome.
Very kind. Thank you, Tatiana.
Thank you.
Thank you to the amazing women of a Sister Circle Empowerment Network, ASCEN LLC, and our media partners. Let Just Minding My Business Media promote your business. For information, visit us at jmmb.asistercircle.org. That's jmmb.asistascircle.org. Voiceovers by RCH VoiceWorks. For when you want to be heard. Call 443-620-4115.
Thank you for tuning in to Just Minding My Business Radio. I'm your host, Ida Crawford.
And I'm your co-host, Ruth Haskins.
We hope you enjoyed the show and appreciate you stopping by. Many blessings to you and yours.